As the world becomes increasingly complex, the transition from child to adult in our society becomes increasingly nuanced. In the olden days, an ability to work in the field signified adulthood. Interestingly, the term adolescent did not start to be used until the 15th century, while the concept of the young adult did not appear until much more recently, when the number of older adults increased and could be used as a comparative base. Now, the transition to adulthood is taking much longer. According to a 2003 poll by the University of Chicago's National Opinion Research Center, most college-educated Americans don't believe adulthood begins until 26, many years after the legal voting age. Americans are now taking longer to do adult things, such as finishing college, getting married, having kids, and settling on a career. The 20s are now often seen as a time of exploration and a chance to get it all together before real life sets in. Young adults in America have infinitely more choices in terms of career and lifestyle than their predecessors. Yet this freedom often comes hand in hand with confusion. Pressure to exceed their parents' generation in terms of affluence and achievement, yet hampered by today's sluggish economy, a tight job market, many 20-somethings are having a tough go of finding themselves, a situation now known as the quarter-life crisis or QLC. It is not uncommon for victims of crimes and accidents to report that even though there were other people nearby at the time, not a single person came to their aid. In fact, psychologists have found that the more people there present, the less likely anyone is to come to the assistance of the person who's in trouble. This is known as the Bystander Effect. In a study of violent crimes in the United States based on data from the annual National Crime Victimization Survey, researchers found that 72% of the incidents had been observed by at least one witness. Because many violent crimes occur in densely populated areas, the bystander effect is often thought of as a symptom of urban lifestyles. People in modern cities tend to be less connected to their communities than small-town residents are, and city dwellers are thought to have become so fearful or uncaring that they hesitate to help strangers in need.
My aunt has joined a climbers group. She's very strong-willed. She wants to climb the Matterhorn with the team. Really? But I heard she had lung cancer. When did she leave the hospice? She didn't. She hasn't recovered from the disease. It's supposed to be terminal, but the urge to climb the mountain has given her the will to live. This treatment is called natural therapy. No drugs or operations. I've heard of that. In the US, many kinds of these new therapies are becoming popular. For my elderly grandmother living alone, animal therapy was especially effective in improving her quality of life. Nobody but her dog could help her relax. We really hope mountain climbing will be effective for my aunt. Since she decided to climb the mountain, we were surprised to learn that the progress of her cancer has completely stopped. She has become more and more healthy. I heard such therapy taps into the spontaneous ability of humans to recover on their own. Human beings have the potential to develop their own capacity to maintain health. I do hope her dream will come true and she can enjoy the majestic view of the Alps.
The problem of the destruction of the ozone layer is very controversial. Do you know what the most important role of the ozone layer is? Yes, it prevents very harmful ultraviolet rays from penetrating the atmosphere. As you know, ultraviolet rays can cause skin cancer. Kids in Australia are not allowed to go out without caps because the ozone hole is expanding. And do you know why the ozone layer has been that badly damaged? CFCs and other gases are labeled as the main causes. Global warming caused by increasing carbon dioxide may have an impact on the ozone layer in the future. Pretty terrifying, isn't it? So what do we do? Do you think there's a way to save the ozone layer before it's too late? I hope so. I don't know the details, but it will probably depend on whether world leaders find it critical enough to do something or not. If they allow short-term profit to come first, human beings might become extinct sooner than we think. More and more companies from fields other than medical services are entering the market for genetic testing, which makes it possible for people to easily find out the risks of their developing certain types of diseases such as cancer and diabetes. It is necessary for people to correctly understand the nature of genetic testing available, including its accuracy, before they decide to undergo the test. Recent entrants into the market include internet firms like Yahoo and DNA. The number of companies offering genetic testing services more than doubled from 340 in 2009 to around 740 in 2012. Many more companies are planning to enter the business because genetic testing services are not a medical activity and does not require a license.